and I'm Nigerian. I understand people wanting to relocate desperately. I can totally get it. But then there's this, oh, healthcare assistant. You can come into the UK as a healthcare assistant and you'll get a tier 2 visa. And lots of people have asked me questions about it. Is it wise? Is it sensible? Is it smart? Is it something they should do pending when they can, convert to their pharmacy career? So this video is for anyone who still strongly feels like they want to be a pharmacist in the long run. So if you've tapped out of being a pharmacist, then this video is not for you. It's not. You might want to click out at this point. Hello there, beautiful people. If you're new to my channel, my name is Faith. I'm a pharmacist living and working in the United Kingdom, and I'm bringing you all things pharmacist, all things pharmacy related, and sprinkle of motherhood here and there. Really strongly believe in the fact that you still want to be a pharmacist despite whatever it is that might be going on right now, but you are considering whether it's right to go down this healthcare assistant route or, carer route / just muscling it out if you can, getting your OSPAP done, or just waiting and seeing what better opportunities come up. This video is for you, and I'm not going to be making that decision for you. You will be making that decision by yourself, but I will be letting you know my reasons for my thought process. So stay with me. I had this question multiple times. I promise you I've said the same thing every single time. So lots of people are wondering if it's worth even just going via the carer route to come into the UK and potentially convert to pharmacy later on in life. Here are a few key things that I think you really need to think about before you go down that route, and that's if you still decide to go down that route after you've heard these few things that I've got to say. So the first thing is you need to really think about the fact that you will be potentially, and this is not saying for sure, but it's potentially forfeiting your career. Fine, I understand that you're looking for the easiest way to, relocate out of your country. However, if you feel very passionately about your career, taking another route, for example, the carer route or healthcare assistant route, to come into the country means that there's a really good chance that you are forfeiting your career. Are you ready for that? Are you happy with that? Would you be happy with that in the long run? Because once you start doing these jobs, it's going to be quite hard for you to go back into pharmacy. You probably understand that a bit better once I go a bit further into this video. So there's a good chance you will be forfeiting your career, and this is not to say that every single person that goes down this route will forfeit their career, but the chances are quite high that you will forfeit your career. So think about it thoroughly. Are you happy to take that chance? So that's the first thing. The second thing is that you will potentially be sucked into making money. So coming into the country as a nursing or as a carer or a healthcare assistant means that you're coming to work. And coming to the UK where the system works better and you start making money, and with money, like everything needs money in this country. The country does not just run on vibes. The country does not just run on, goodwill. You need money to sponsor most things. You need money to sponsor your gas bills, your electricity bills, your everything in this country works by you spending money. And when you started making money in these other jobs and you are living a decent life, it will be hard for you to step back from that and say you're starting to work on getting your pharmacy career started. Once you started making good money, it will be so hard for you to step back and say, okay, I'm going to take less pay, I'm going to cut back my lifestyle, and I'm going to now work on getting my pharmacy career. That's my personal opinion. Think about it for yourself. If you feel like you are someone who is dedicated, you can, stay focused on the goal, then perhaps consider coming into the UK and doing a healthcare job or a nursing job and saving up for your OSPAP. But I feel strongly like the minute you start working and earning money and your money is working for you and you're living a decent standard of living, it's really hard for you to let go of all that to now delve into pharmacy, because the journey to pharmacy is a minimum of 2 years that you will have to sacrifice. The next thing that you need to consider is if you are someone who actually now feels like no matter what it is, you will definitely definitely go into pharmacy, you're not going to forfeit your career for anything. You have to think about the fact that it's a longer route. So if you go via the OSPAP route, so you come straight into the UK, do your OSPAP, do your pre-reg, get your qualification, that's a 2-year route, of which one of them you would be working anyways. But if you go through the healthcare assistant or carer route, you will be taking a longer route, because you'll first do that, spend time, save money, and then start your OSPAP, then do the 2-year route again. So granted, if you're someone who struggles to put together the finances to come and do your OSPAP straight away, this might be a valid route for you, but you just need to sit with the fact that you will be taking a longer approach to things. And are you happy with that? If you don't have an option and this is your only choice, then definitely consider going for it. But if you have other options, then I think you probably will be best, just going straight for OSPAP, because that will be shorter, and then you will get your pharmacy license in a shorter term, and you'll be practicing before you know it, compared to if you stay working as a healthcare assistant or as a carer for an indefinite amount of years. Because at the end of the day, you're working, you're paying your bills, you're doing other things with money. So how long is it going to actually take you realistically to save up the money that you need for your OSPAP? So you need to put pen to paper and draw this plan out and look at it and ensure that you will be able to sit with that plan, see it through till the very end. And if you don't manage to see it through, which is when you get sucked into making money and actually living comfortably, then you probably have to accept that you will be happy if that does happen at the end of the day, because that's definitely a possibility. Now, if you're comfortably making money as a healthcare assistant or as a carer, you will be making a lot more money as a pharmacist. So you want to also compare that. Is that the amount of money you want to be making in the long run? Because say for example, you come into the UK as a carer or healthcare assistant on a tier 2 visa, you're making money, you have to be on that visa for 5 years, and then you get your stay. By the end of that 5 years, I feel like you would have lost the relevant practice experience that you need for the GPHC to accept you to do OSPAP. So you probably will be stuck in that career route, or have to go back to university and or have to get some other experience to start a whole different career route. So there's a chance that you might not be able to practice pharmacy again unless you do something else, which I do not know of. If anyone knows, please can you leave it in the comment section below. So if you've been, say, 5 years out of pharmacy practice and you still want to do OSPAP, what's the best way into it? Yeah, so that's that. And then the last thing is that you might lose motivation. You might lose motivation along the road. So if you have this plan that's going to last, let me just say on average, about 5 years for you to get your pharmacy qualification, as opposed to 2 years if you go straight via the OSPAP route. 5 years is a long time. 5 years is a really long time, and it takes a special kind of person to be able to persevere through 5 years and still keep their eyes on the goal. I know a few people who are that dedicated to the cause. I do know a few people who are that dedicated, but you need to search yourself and ask yourself, are you that dedicated? Would you be able to sit it through? Would you be able to do it all the way to the end without losing motivation? Because dedication is so important if you're going on a long journey for which you're not going to get the results in the short term. Dedication is so important. So this takes knowing yourself a good amount. You need to know yourself, search yourself, and figure out exactly what would work for you amongst all the things that I've said, and decide whether it's actually wise for you to, forfeit your pharmacy career, start on the carer or healthcare assistant route, and hopefully be able to pick back up your pharmacy career somewhere along the road, or completely just let go of practicing as a pharmacist and just go into healthcare assistant or carer route, knowing that your main goal is to relocate and you don't really care about being a pharmacist as such. So sit with yourself, think about it. If you decide that you want to go down the OSPAP route and you need support, I'm starting one-on-one sessions to support people. Hit me up in my email address. I'm going to leave it in the description box below. If you want to work with me one-on-one to just help you have a seamless, a smooth transition through your OSPAP and pre-reg into practicing in the UK, and even while you're practicing for the first few years, I can be there as a support, as a mentor. So yeah, send me an email just indicating your interest, and I will contact you as soon as I have things up and running, ready to assist and support anyone who needs my help. But yeah, I hope you've gained 1 or 2 things from this video. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today, and I will catch you in my next video.